I think for not-for-profits, a lot of them are very interested about the level of income that's being generated from their investment portfolios. And so one particular characteristic we've seen since the GFC is ultra-low interest rates from central banks globally, but also long-term bond yields as well are also at almost all-time lows globally, and in fact some of them at negative yields, which is unprecedented. One of those risks is about potentially allocating more to Australian shares, given that they have a high dividend yield and obviously a high level of franking credits. But they must be aware that if you're going to do that, you're potentially taking on a greater concentration risk in your portfolio. If, for example, you do have a significant pullback in Australian shares, whilst the yield might be high, if that yield is off a lower capital base, then naturally the dollar value of income that you're receiving will be lower as well. A lot of it is about communication, actually providing some projections around what you think the level of total returns, but also just as importantly, the level of income will be from portfolios going forward. None of us has a crystal ball, but I think some of those conversations and some of those forecasts or projections for income going forward can assist some not-for-profits in terms of helping them budget for the level of income from portfolios that might be distributable. Another important component of it is actually looking at their deeds and seeing whether they can actually take from capital from a portfolio over time to supplement the low level of income given the current environment. Typically we'll meet with a not-for-profit board or their investment subcommittee, usually on a 6-monthly or even a quarterly basis to talk through some of these issues. Then we'll also revisit their investment policy statement. And for a lot of the not-for-profit boards, it'll typically be somewhere between every 1 or every 3 years that we'll revisit those policy statements and see if they're appropriate for the current environment. So at Perpetual, we've been working with not-for-profit boards for a long period of time now. We've developed a great depth of expertise within that area. We've dedicated processes to help them through that process in terms of delivering on investment policy statements that meet their goals and objectives over time, and ultimately can help provide for their beneficiaries and make the impact in society that they wish.